Have you ever dated an exotic dancer?
Private dancer. Dancer for money. I have. I've dated a few of them. You know what I'm saying? I definitely have. And I just kind of want to talk about my experience with dating and entertaining male dancers. And of course, the most special one of all was this one at the bottom, named Antonio in my book, All Three and Me. So yeah, I remember the first time I went to a Rum Shaker show. It was about maybe 2011 or some shit like that. It was in New Orleans. Shout out to Cayenne and 12 Play and all of the people that were at that dancer. So the dancers I was familiar with back then, Bonafide, he in jail for killing somebody. Ain't that crazy? Anyway, Bonafide, Cayenne, Hurricane, Bedrock, Boy Wonder, 12, I forgot. I think them the main ones. But yeah, I went down there, got hooked on it, and that was that. So then I ended up, dating them. So in all, I have dated or had sex with about 4 or 5 dancers altogether. And I've seen so many of them. One of them is a big famous one. Oh, this is a phone sex call. Okay, anywho, yeah. So the reason why I like sex workers, like I like strippers and porn stars and all that stuff, is something in them that I like. I appreciate the freak in the streets all matching. Like I kind of resent this whole lady in the street, freak in the street. Well, if that's what everybody's doing, then it's not a mystery. If everybody's doing that, if everybody's and then getting acting like Jada Fire behind the sheets. If they know that's the formula, then what is the secret? It's the cat's out the bag now. So I love it when people monetize their sexuality. I admire the quality. I love a man that know he look good. I love a man that everybody wants. I love a man that makes money off of his looks. I like that. I get off on that. A lot of women couldn't handle dating an exotic dancer. I had no problem. I feel like I'm really built for it. I like the attention. I like my man getting flirted with. I like my women want my man. I like my man being fine and shit. I like the fact that you got to look great to do it. I love the fact that you sell sex. I love sex workers. See, I love myself. I love who I am because what I preach about like is reflected in what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind dating a bisexual man. Now, again, none of the men on this cover, none of the dancers that I have dealt with are bisexual, but I'm just using this as an example. I don't have a problem with homophobia. Like, I'm not homophobic at all. That's why I don't mind dating a bisexual man. I genuinely don't have a problem with sex workers, which is why I love to date them. I met Antonio. It was his Mother's Day show that Antonio was performing at. The first time I saw him, I was flabbergasted. Okay, never saw a man that beautiful to me. The facial structure. I'm a sucker for high cheekbones. I just can't help it. Like I wish I had high cheekbones. That's my only flaw with my face. I have a rounder face. I wish I had like the little kind of thing going on, but I don't. But anyway, so he was just sitting there, beautiful, locks down to his ass. Just that his body was bodying. His body was just flawless. I just love. Oh, I love a male physique. Oh God, I love how his waistline was tapered. Like, oh, he had that tapered waistline and the little cuts down up in there, and the 8-pack abs and the teeth and everything about him was godlike. I really did think that nigga was the best thing in the world. And it just didn't bother me. I don't know why. I just if I level with normal people, I can understand why you wouldn't want to date a stripper. But in my mind, I don't see what's wrong with it. I mean, it's very exciting. You know what I'm saying? It's exciting. I love to go support the shows. I love people throwing money at my man. I want to pimp my man out if I can. You know what I'm saying? I like all that. So, our relationship was very tumultuous. It was a lot of ups and downs in the relationship, dealing with a goddamn cancer. I think that's like the only cancer I dealt with like that because, he just took a lot out of me. But anyway, so I don't know. I've experienced dating and dealing with several ones, like several of them. But I will say one of them, it's not related to this book at all, but I'll just share this. I remember when I did the ATL orgy. I remember this one of the male dancers that I had dealt with before. We weren't dealing with each other at the time, but I had dealt with him back in the day. And he tried to be judgmental about me having throwing an orgy when you a stripper. So I find some of them are a little bit more rigid than you would think. You would think because you were a dancer, you would be open-minded, poly or whatever. But a lot of them are still trying to fit into monogamy when what they do by nature is not within the monogamous culture. Like you can't be a traditional man in and with your ass out. Like that's you just can't do that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with tradition. Tradition is not served as well anyway, so it's not an insult. But I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? I also hate it when women get with dancers and try to get them to stop dancing. Like, what are you doing? Nobody's gonna stop dancing because you stupid. Why are you with a dancer? And I hate it when dancers weak and stupid and stop it dancing for bitches. I hate that. Like, I don't know. I'm friends with a lot of dancers. I get mad when they do that shit. I think I may stop. If you were already 1 foot out the door, cool. You can use her as your excuse to go ahead and be done with dancing. But if you enjoy dancing and making money, what kind of loser are you? Get a fucking backbone. You're really a weak ass bitch. It ain't gonna work out anyway. You're gonna get with her. She's gonna be stiff in the sheet. She ain't gonna be sucking her dick good. You're gonna cheat on her. It's gonna be over. It ain't gonna work anyway. So it's just stupid. But what's the point of you quitting dancing only to cheat and your career went down because you acting stupid? Anyway, a lot of women wouldn't want to date a dancer, and I get that a lot of men wouldn't want to date a dancer. They think they all selling dick. I don't mind nobody selling dick. I really don't mind. Like, I mean, it's this one porn star that I kind of got a crush on right now. Oh Lord, let me know what I need to do, to be with that nigga. But anyway, so I detail our relationship in my book. We sure y'all go to watch it. It's a lot of different story times I can really give y'all. I feel like I'm rambling in this video. I really don't feel like being on here right now. I just promised myself I was gonna make this fucking content and schedule it out because I'm trying to get monetized, and I made a promise to myself. But they want to like give clues and shit on who I dealt with. But I will say the dancers I dealt with are not bisexual. Most of them fuck like they perform. Almost all of them except for one had these monogamous ideals when they weren't living a monogamous lifestyle, which is stupid. Not only you dancing, but you definitely still fucking bitches behind your girl back. But that's the world. Everybody act like they're monogamous and ain't. But it's just a little stupid for them to do that. I was trying to offer freedom to a lot of them, but they just couldn't register it, which is strange. But I would say you need to be secure. A lot of women are not built to date male dancers. You can't handle it, but I love it. I love the attention that they get. I love being the envied one in the room. I want y'all to be hating. I like all of the things that come along with it. I like the attention. I like the Instagram comments. I like the y'all paying my man for dick. I like y'all paying my man for private shows. I like y'all fantasizing. I like all of it. I'm literally perfectly built for a very highly desirable man and or a sex worker. But all of that's like there. But I will say, out of all of them, nobody got me in my feelings like Antonio, like that male dancer. Nobody had me crying and tore up shit like that goddamn male dancer. So y'all got to read all about it. Go and click the link in my bio. I'm in the description. Get the book. You got to read all about it. So have you ever or would you ever date a male dancer? Let me know in the comments. Love y'all. Peace.